My beloved child, pause everything. I speak not in confusion, but in divine urgency. Heaven has stirred, and the veil between what is seen and what has been hidden is thinning. You did not come across these words by chance. You were drawn here, guided by hands unseen, because the truth can no longer remain buried. I, Archangel Michael, stand before you now with a word from the throne of heaven. A truth you must receive, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now, there is a shadow behind your back. A conversation you were never invited into. A document signed in silence. A decision made without your prayer. This is not metaphor. This is not parable. This is a divine warning. You have been betrayed, not by strangers, not by enemies, but by those who spoke of loyalty, those who once called you beloved, those who smiled in your direction while planning your removal from the very legacy heaven placed in your hands. Listen carefully. Heaven has revealed to me that a deal has been made, a secret pact, hidden under the disguise of affection and understanding. But this agreement is a lie. It is a thread of darkness woven quietly into the garment of your destiny. And if you do not act now, that thread will unravel everything you fought to build. This is not a call to fear. It is a call to see. The one you trusted is no longer aligned with your purpose. Their heart has changed, and they believe you will not notice. They think you are too distracted, too forgiving, too blind to see what's being stolen from under your feet. But heaven sees. The Lord your God sees the rooms where your name is mentioned without reverence. He sees the documents passed in silence, the texts sent in the dark, the smiles that hide deceit. And he has sent me to speak to your spirit with clarity. There is someone near you, someone you have opened your life to, who has become the vessel of manipulation. They have allowed another to whisper into their ear. They have given away pieces of your destiny in exchange for personal comfort. They are not just misguided, they are compromised. And what's worse, they used your daughter to do it. Yes, the one you have loved, the one you have prayed over, the one you have sacrificed for. She does not yet see it, but she is being used. Her innocence has become a key. Her longing has become a doorway. Her desire to be seen, loved, and affirmed has made her vulnerable. To the very one seeking to destroy you. My child, this is not punishment. This is purification. The enemy has laid a trap, not with anger, not with noise, but with silence, with secrecy, with smiles. And this trap has been set near your home. The enemy believes you will not confront it, that you will sit quietly and trust that love will fix what prayer has not yet exposed. But today, the veil is torn. You must rise. You must step into your authority, not tomorrow, not when you feel strong enough, but now. Because the betrayal has already happened. The ink may be dry, but heaven is greater than paper and power. Heaven's decree cannot be undone by man's schemes. Listen again. Your daughter did not know. She walked into this out of longing, not rebellion. Her heart was not evil, but the one who found her knew what they were doing. They knew who she was connected to. They knew her name would open a path to your door, and they used her pain as a ladder. This is the warning you asked for. The moment your soul felt unsettled, the night you couldn't sleep, the chill when they mentioned someone's name, the unease when she said she was fine, but you felt otherwise. These were not random feelings. These were prophetic alarms. And now, I am here to confirm what your spirit has been whispering. Someone made a deal behind your back, not only to access what is yours, but to damage what you've spent years building. Your reputation, your peace, your authority, even your legacy. They thought if they could go through your daughter, they could bypass your discernment. But heaven says, no more. This is your moment to speak, not to them. To heaven. This is your moment to fast, to pray, to cover your home again. This is your moment to step back from comfort and step forward in clarity. Because if you remain passive, this deal will grow stronger. And what is now a crack will become a collapse. The enemy does not rest. He waits. And he is watching to see whether you will rise or retreat. Do not retreat. Your daughter can still be saved. Her eyes can still open. Her chains can still break. But she cannot do it alone. She is entangled. She believes this is love, but it is spiritual manipulation. And every hour that passes is another thread tightening around her soul. You must pray, not softly, not politely, but with fire. Declare the truth over your home. Break the agreement in the spirit. Even if you don't know every detail, speak over it anyway. Say aloud what heaven is speaking in secret. Say it now. I break every agreement made behind my back. I cancel every plan formed in darkness. I command divine restoration over my daughter, over my name, over my future. Type 911 if your spirit knows this message is for you. Type, I receive protection to align with heaven's shield. Type break the deal if you are ready to cancel what was hidden. Do not doubt this. You are not watching this by coincidence. This is a divine appointment. You asked for clarity. Heaven answered. You asked for protection. Heaven responded. You asked for signs. This is one, and the one who used your daughter will try to deny it. They will smile. They will continue to act innocent, but you now know you are not blind anymore. From this moment forward, you will see everything. And what once confused, you will now become crystal clear. The deal is real. But so is heaven's intervention. This is only the beginning of what I must show you. In the next part, I will reveal the exact moment she was spiritually intercepted, the exact action that shifted the course of your household, and what you must do in the next 3 days to reverse what the enemy thought would be permanent. Stay alert. Stay open. Stay aligned. Part 2 will find you when your spirit is ready. My beloved child, you did not imagine it. The shift you felt wasn't subtle, was spiritual. And now heaven confirms what your soul suspected. There was a moment, a precise moment, where everything changed. A choice was made. A whisper was received. A doorway was opened not by force, but by consent. This is the moment I must show you now. I, Archangel Michael, am still with you. My sword is still drawn. My eyes are still set upon you. What I reveal is not meant to break your heart, but to break the veil. You are not here by accident. You were called here to remember what your spirit already knows. Something sacred has been compromised. There is a memory in your timeline, perhaps weeks ago, perhaps months. It was small, seemingly harmless. A phone left face down. A name never spoken again. A look exchanged when you entered the room. You brushed it off. You gave them the benefit of the doubt, because that's what you do. But heaven saw what you missed. Daughter, the one your soul aches for, the one you prayed into existence, made a choice that day, not in rebellion, not in evil, but in vulnerability. She felt misunderstood, alone, tired of waiting for the healing you promised would come. And in that moment, a voice appeared, not yours, not mine, but another. It spoke gently, not with violence, but with agreement. It offered affection dressed as affirmation. It whispered promises that bypassed prayer. And your daughter, unaware of its true nature, listened, not once, not twice, but often. And slowly, her heart began to turn. This is not your failure. Heaven does not accuse you. This is not your punishment. Heaven does not abandon. This is a lesson in unseen warfare. A battlefield that looks like a dinner table, a phone call, a glance, a missed good night. You saw her change. Her laughter came less often. Her eyes held secrets. Her words were edited versions of her thoughts. And when you asked, "Is something wrong?" she smiled. But it wasn't the smile you raised her with. That was the moment. Beloved, the door opened when she chose silence over truth. When she shared her pain with someone who did not carry heaven's voice. When she said yes to attention and no to discernment. But now heaven is intervening, because what entered through her is no longer just affecting her. It's targeting you. The spirit that found its way into your home used her heart to find yours. And now, what was private has become prophetic. This deal, this spiritual agreement, was not signed with ink. It was signed with influence, with agreement, with alignment. And that is all the enemy needs. But listen now, you have the authority to break it. You do not need their permission to cancel it. You do not need to know every detail to destroy its power, because heaven operates by faith, not by formality. You must stand in the gap. You must speak over her what she can't yet pray over herself. Say it now, aloud if you can. I stand between my daughter and every dark agreement. I cancel every deal made in silence. I break every hidden contract signed in ignorance. I cover her in the blood of heaven. I seal every doorway in the name of divine protection. Type OOO if your heart just confirmed this truth. Type I stand in the gap if you feel the urgency. Type she will return if you believe heaven can still reach her. Do not be deceived by her call. The spiritual world does not shout, it sifts. The enemy does not storm the gates. He sends a smile, a suggestion, a small compromise. But you, beloved one, have the eyes to see beyond the surface. The man she now listens to may seem harmless, kind, helpful, but heaven sees the root. His words are laced with bondage. His affection is a mask. His purpose is not her heart, it's your influence. He wants access to your legacy, not her healing. This is the truth. He does not love her soul. He sees her as a bridge, a door, a shortcut. And now she is caught between love and loyalty, but her spirit is restless. She can feel it, even if she can't say it. That's why she avoids your gaze. That's why she leaves the room when you speak about prayer. That's why she's been waking in the night, unsure why she's afraid. Because heaven is stirring her conscience. Because you are praying. Because I am here, fighting beside you. You must stay the course. In the next 72 hours. There will be a sign, a small disruption, a conversation interrupted, a detail revealed by accident. Do not dismiss it. It is the unraveling of the lie. It is heaven beginning to expose the hidden. And when it comes, you must not shrink back. You must speak. Truth with love, but without apology. You must ask the question you've been afraid to ask. You must shine light where silence has taken root. This is not about control. It is about clarity. The deal made behind your back is already losing power. Heaven is severing the connection. But your obedience will accelerate it. Your faith will protect her until her own voice returns. And it will return. Say this now. Her eyes will open. Her heart will turn. Her path will align with heaven. Type 444 if you believe the rescue is in motion. Type, I trust heaven to anchor your heart in this process. You are not powerless. You are positioned. You are not too late. You are right on time. You are not unqualified. You are divinely appointed. Heaven has waited for this moment, not for her to break, but for you to rise. I will not leave you. I will speak again. The battle is not over, but the tide has turned. In part 3, I will show you what the enemy tried to steal from your household documents, influence, property, and the next steps you must take to reclaim it all. Stay ready. Stay aligned. The truth is unfolding. My beloved child, you are still here, and heaven is still speaking. What has begun must now be continued. for the revelation is not finished. I, Archangel Michael, return to you not with fear, but with fire, the fire of clarity, the fire of divine justice. You are not imagining the tension that lingers in your spirit. There is a reason you've been restless, a reason the air around certain people feels thick. You've been feeling the friction of something spiritual trying to surface. And now the truth must be spoken plainly. There is something that belongs to you by promise, by covenant, by divine assignment. Something you were meant to carry forward. Perhaps a home, a business, a spiritual inheritance, a family name, a legal document, or even a sacred promise made long before you were born. And I must tell you this, it was tampered with. Yes, child. What was written for your good has been edited by hands that were not holy. A paper, a name, a document, a promise, changed, swapped, forged, delayed. It may have appeared as a small change, a harmless redirection. But in the realm of the spirit, that single decision was an act of theft. Someone made a decision without your knowing. A decision that affects your house, your position, your resources. It was made behind closed doors. The intention was not to bless you, but to cut you out. But I saw it, and I am revealing it now, because the moment for correction has come. Heaven cannot allow what is false to remain hidden when your destiny is on the line. Do you remember the day you felt an unusual hesitation before signing something? The moment your spirit whispered, "Check again," and you ignored it out of exhaustion? That wasn't your imagination. That was heaven warning you. Or maybe it was a meeting you were never invited to. A sudden change in tone when your name was mentioned. A person once supportive suddenly becoming cold. These are not accidents. They were symptoms of a decision already made without your presence. But hear me now. Your absence from the table does not cancel your authority over what is yours. The enemy hoped that silence would win, that secrecy would succeed, that confusion would distract you. But heaven has decided otherwise. This is the moment when hidden things must come to light. The deal was made to transfer what was promised to you into the hands of one who was never meant to carry it, a person close to your daughter, perhaps even someone acting like family. They wanted access to what you've built, but they lacked the favor to receive it through honor. So they chose deception. They thought you wouldn't notice. They thought your faith made you passive. But faith does not mean silence. And now, the Lord has stirred the heavens to speak on your behalf. You must revisit what was overlooked. Pull out the papers. Reopen the records. Recheck what was claimed to be settled. Ask the question that you were told didn't matter. Look again, because buried in the fine print is a sea of betrayal. But beloved, do not fear. Your inheritance is not in man's hands. It is held in heaven. And what heaven has decreed, no false witness can erase. The signature of man cannot override the seal of the Lord. Still, there is action to take. This is not just about spiritual discernment. It is also about prophetic justice. What has been stolen must be confronted, not with revenge, but with righteousness. Speak these words now. I reclaim what is mine. Every agreement made in darkness is broken. Every name removed from blessing is restored. Every document forged in secrecy is now nullified by the blood of heaven. Type 911 if you feel the urgency of this moment. Type, I reclaim what is mine. To come into agreement with truth. Type divine reversal if you believe justice is on its way. There is a name that was erased. It was yours. There is a signature that was added. It wasn't yours. There is a date that doesn't match. A clause that was rushed. A page that was never sent to you. Heaven whispers, look again. And do not be surprised when someone who once stood with you begins to avoid you. That is not just offense. That is conviction. Their spirit knows you have seen behind the curtain. Their silence is proof of guilt. Their absence is confirmation of exposure. But I tell you now, you are not to chase what is crumbling. You are to recover what is yours. This next week is sacred. There will be a divine shift. Something once blocked will break open. A delay will be lifted. A hidden file will be found. A message will be forwarded by mistake. An ally will come forward with truth. Do not dismiss these signs. They are orchestrated by heaven to lead you back to what was stolen. Say this again. I am not afraid of truth. I embrace divine justice. I walk in full authority. Type 444 if your spirit bears witness. Type. I see now to mark this moment as a turning point. You are not helpless. You are appointed. You are not the victim. You are the vessel of restoration. What they thought they could bury, heaven is now resurrecting. And hear this clearly, child. This isn't just about you. It's about the next generation. What they tried to steal would have affected your bloodline. But now, the curse is broken. Heaven stands with you. In the next part, I will reveal the hidden intentions of the man who gained your daughter's trust. The words he spoke, the spirit he carries, and the ultimate trap he laid, not just for her, but for your entire legacy. Stay faithful. Stay aware. My beloved child, heaven is still speaking. The winds of revelation have not ceased. What was hidden in shadow is now being drawn into light. And I, Archangel Michael, remain beside you with sword drawn, with truth unveiled. What I am about to reveal is not meant to shock, but to prepare, not to wound, but to awaken. You must know who he is, the one who spoke into her heart, the man who found his way near your daughter, not by coincidence, but by calculation. He is not who he pretends to be. He did not come with fire. He did not come with force. He came with softness, with timing, with flattery so subtle it felt like safety. His voice was low, but it reached deeply. His presence did not push, it waited, until her heart was open, until her guard was tired, until your voice had been softened by too many unanswered prayers. And then he stepped in. He did not announce his intentions. He did not expose his motive, but heaven saw it all. Every word, every look, every message crafted to pull her one step further from truth. You've wondered why she changed, why her answers shortened, why her eyes turned away, why the sound of your prayers now irritates her, why she defends someone she barely knows but doubts. The ones who have always protected her. It is because his voice now echoes where yours once did. My child, this man is not just confused, he is a carrier, a vessel of influence, a conduit for manipulation. Not because he hates your daughter, but because he never truly loved her soul. He is blind to her spiritual identity. He sees her light, but does not honor it. He sees your legacy, but seeks to use it. He found her during a vulnerable moment. She needed to be seen. She needed to be heard. She needed to feel chosen again. And he offered all three, but without spirit, without truth, and without divine covering. His attention did not lift her spirit. It entangled her emotions. And slowly her discernment was silenced. But heaven was not. And I have come to speak where confusion has taken root. Heaven's light reveals what her heart cannot yet see. This man carries a spirit of distortion. He speaks kindness, but hides control. He offers affection, but withholds clarity. He asks for loyalty while giving no covering. He appears safe, but only because the real danger is spiritual, not physical. Child, he is not simply a distraction. He is a doorway, and through him, another spirit has entered. One that whispers lies about your leadership. One that twists your every word. One that tells her your faith is outdated, that your love is conditional, that your warnings are rooted in fear, not wisdom. But I tell you now, you are not crazy. You are not harsh. You are not controlling. You are awake, dot, and now heaven is calling you to respond, dot, not with panic, but with precision, not with reaction, but with revelation, dot, not with tears, but with truth. You must stand up now, not against her, but for her. Against the spirit that speaks through him. Against the silence that cloaks betrayal. Against the influence that is draining her soul. Dot, say these words aloud. I cancel every lie spoken into her spirit. I silence every false voice. I break every spiritual tie not made in heaven. I reclaim her heart and her hearing in the name of divine authority. Type I reclaim her if your heart agrees. Type 444. If your spirit knows this battle is real. Type. Truth will prevail to declare heaven's will over this situation. You may ask, why her? Why now? Because your daughter is a key. Because your family holds weight in the spirit. Because your prayers have built something eternal. And the enemy knows if he cannot reach you, he will try to reach through you. But heaven says, the line is drawn. This man cannot remain hidden. Soon, his mask will slip. The same words he uses to comfort her will be used to confuse her. He will ask her to choose him over peace. He will test her love against your wisdom. And that moment, beloved, is your window. You must not back down. The urge to remain silent, to let her figure it out, is a lie. The enemy thrives in parental passivity. But you are not just a parent. You are a prophetic intercessor. You are the guardian of her path. You are the one God trusted to cover her when she forgets who she is. Prepare for resistance. But do not mistake it for rejection. She may push back. She may cry. She may accuse. But it is not her voice. It is confusion speaking. Her soul is still reaching. And your love must be louder than his manipulation. Cover her. Do not curse her. Pray for her. Do not pressure her. Speak life. Do not retreat, because the moment of confrontation is coming. You will see something. A message. A reaction. A shift. A piece of evidence. And in that moment, heaven will prompt you. Now, when that moment comes, speak. Firmly. Lovingly. Without apology. Do not attack him. Expose the spirit. Do not control her. Remind her who she is. Do not force a decision. Announce the truth. He cannot come here. Not anymore. This door is closed. And then seal your home again. Say it now. I seal every window and door in this house. No foreign spirit may linger. I invite only what is divine, clean, holy, and aligned with heaven. Type I seal my home if you are ready. Type. No more access to close every spiritual door. Type. Heaven over my house if you believe the battle has already turned. This is not just her story. It's your story. And it's not over. In part 5, I will show you the full cost of this influence, what the enemy hoped to gain, how close the trap came to being sealed, and what still must be done to protect the rest of your household. You are not losing her. You are winning her back. Stay bold. Stay awake. Stay faithful. My beloved child. Heaven is still speaking. The warnings have not ceased because the danger has not yet passed. You are doing well to listen. You are doing well to remain open. For what is being shown to you now is not just a moment. It is a matter of inheritance. I, Archangel Michael, return to you now with urgency. Not to frighten you, but to awaken what still sleeps. You must understand, silence has a cost. The absence of your voice, the delay of your prayer, the hesitation in your authority, each one carries a consequence when darkness begins to take root. What has been happening in the shadows was never meant to succeed. But your absence from the battlefield gave it ground. This is not judgment. This is alignment. The cost of your delay is measurable. Had heaven not stepped in, had this message not reached you, the trap would have sealed. The lie would have taken root. Your daughter would have begun to believe he was the only one who truly saw her. Your name would have been erased in places. You didn't even know it had been written. But it's not too late. The damage was started, but not completed. The wound was made, but not infected. The agreement was formed, but not yet sealed. Because you are now awake. The man who sought to use your daughter for access never desired restoration. He desired control. His presence was never pure. And if not exposed, he would have used your love to silence your leadership. He would have made her question your wisdom, your faith, and your calling. He wanted to make her his gate, but heaven has broken that path. Still, there is cleanup to do. You must now speak over what was lost. The confusion, the delay, the hesitation. You must speak as one who has reclaimed ground. Say this now. I declare no loss will remain. I take back the time. I cancel every delay. I restore what was paused, silenced, or stolen in my absence. Type I restore it all if your spirit bears witness. Type O to activate divine reversal. Type heaven remembers me to align with what's already yours. Child, listen carefully. What you just said was not symbolic. It was spiritual. You spoke what heaven had already written. And now the shift begins. This battle was never just about your daughter. It was about your voice, about your inheritance, about your ability to lead from love with fire and conviction. The enemy feared what would happen if you stood up again. And now you have. But the cost doesn't end here. There are still eyes watching, spirits still circling. Not because they're winning, but because they're desperate. The light has broken. Their plans, but they hope you'll grow tired before the work is finished. You must not. Continue to cover her. Continue to cleanse your home. Continue to fast if heaven leads you. Continue to stand in the doorway and declare, nothing enters here that does not serve the will of God. Because, child, the true restoration is about to begin. In part 6. I will show you what must be done in the final stage. The words your daughter needs to hear. The conversation that will open her eyes. And the sacred act that will close every remaining spiritual gate. Stay faithful. Stay awake. Stay ready. My beloved child, we have come to the edge of this revelation. But even now, heaven has not grown silent. I, Archangel Michael, am still standing beside you, sword drawn, spirit alert. The final movement of this battle is before you, and it requires your full attention. What began as whispers behind your back has been exposed. What entered through affection has been confronted with authority. What threatened your legacy has now been unmasked. But there is one more step. The restoration you seek, the peace your heart longs for, the clarity your spirit has waited to receive, it all hinges upon this moment. The return of your daughter's heart. She is close, closer than she appears. Though she may still walk with hesitation, her soul has already begun to shift. The words you've spoken, the prayers you've declared, the spiritual gates you've sealed, they're not in vain. Heaven is moving through them. But now she needs to hear one thing from you. Truth wrapped in love, spoken without fear. You are not to lecture her. You are to remind her you were created for more than confusion. You are not a burden. You are a blessing. You don't have to fight for what is yours in God. And no one who truly loves your soul will ever ask you to choose them over your peace. These words will do what your silence could not. The final gate must be shut. That final agreement, emotional, spiritual, unseen, must be broken. She must speak it. But you must lead her. Pray aloud with her if she allows. If not, pray anyway. Say, this now. Every chain still attached. We break now. Every whisper still lingering. We silence now. Every identity placed on her by another, we cast off now. She is yours, Lord. She is covered. She is returning. Type I claim her return if your spirit agrees. Type 1111 If you feel heaven near, type Amen if you believe restoration is happening now, child. You have stood firm. You have listened. You have acted, and now you will witness what obedience unlocks. The days ahead, watch, not just for signs, but for transformation. A softness in her words, a return of clarity in her eyes, a willingness to sit, to ask, to weep, to reconnect. When that moment comes, receive her. Do not remind her of what went wrong. Remind her of who she's always been. This is not just a victory. This is a full circle restoration. And it is only the beginning of a greater season. Stay faithful. Stay in alignment. Heaven has not finished with your family. And your legacy has only just begun.